60 frames per second? Ah, the memories. My good. Big ass skybox and everything. Oh, good memories, good memories, good memories. Yup, yup. Although for some reason, the 60 frames per second, I don't know why, but it always makes my hardware struggle a little bit. What up, Argus? How you doing, man? Actually, less. Yeah, I don't have enough. Jeez. All right. Sorry, there was an ice cream man out there. Alright, so today I want to speak on the lore some of the lore inclinations and implications, the lore implications of what we're going to get for Evercold. We don't know what's going on with the story right now, but I can, with my massive, huge knowledge of the lore and story of Final Fantasy, I have come up with theories and thoughts on how the story may be. We know that they're taken from Nordic and Viking, kind of like the aesthetics there. So we already know that. There's like no reason to make a conjecture on that one. But I could say this for sure. Seems like they're serious. It just seems like they are actually serious with what they're doing. I guess it would be best to probably, I don't know, look like on me. I have to come up with a new glamour anyway. Not really going to stick with this Zidane glamour, since I don't have all the pieces. Maybe a long coat, maybe something to that nature. And I'm gonna choose all. We'll figure that out. But looking at it, I can probably figure out like you know what, I can make some hypotheses, some theories. I can't really say for sure what's gonna happen, but I like to make a guess. What one is this? A withered snake bite. Oh, that's part of the Viper set anyway. This level 80. Gunbreaker coats work really well. Not for a Viper. Not in my opinion. Vipers are fast and sleek. They don't need tails or anything hanging off of them. That's the reason why their formal wear doesn't have anything like that. maybe like a smaller trench coat in a way, but for sure they don't have like anything like too big on them like that. Like, it's like huge. And then you got the level 99 Viper wear. See, this is just smaller. Have I seen their AF gear at 100? I don't think I have. But I'm going off of aesthetics here. Because you gotta remember their AF gear at level 100. I have not... Like, I have their level 99, which is better... Which is like a short off there, just like to hide their swords a little bit. It's supposed to. That's what the long little tail at the end there. But if we're talking about like something that's shared, if it's something like that's shared between Viper and Ninja, I think Ninja's kind of the same way. They don't have anything like, you know, long or any like tassel, no capes, no nothing like that hanging off of them. Nothing that's too extravagant there, which I can respect, to be honest. Like, there aren't a lot of like, they like making a lot of modern aesthetic stuff, but they don't seem to really get too attached to something that would, in my opinion, doesn't seem like something that they would go for like any more high fantasy stuff. Like all the high fantasy stuff is like equipment that you wear for like eye level and stuff, but yeah, like that Rebels coat, it's too heavy for them. So they need something more sleek. Yeah, kind of like that. But this is this is the Somerset. Actually, that's kind of cool. But nah, I'm not really all about showing that bare chest, man. This is actually kind of cool. I do like this. But this is part of the, yeah. So if I got the Boulevardier, yeah, the Boulevardier pants is not ideal. You need something tighter. I don't like that. I do not like that. The Scion pants only works really with like something that's a lot here. I can't really make out anything that's gonna work. But they do need something that's like tighter. I'm not wearing those shorts. I'm not wearing those shorts. And no. And he's wearing something rather clean. None of that works. This is the Strife boot.
Hello there.
Expedition boots work well. This is too modern. Like, any of the modern shoes just does not work. Because it's too modern. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, Yami? There's just a lot of stuff that just does not work. That doesn't particularly work. Since you can wear anything now. That doesn't work. Actually, that does work. And it's Viperware. That's, you know what? I should have saw that one coming. It's yeah, it's probably better if he either doesn't have gloves because Zane only wears those because he's an actor. I do not like these. What the heck is wrong with those nails? No. No. No, not at all. These actually aesthetically work. Samurai stuff, but they aesthetically work. I'd always go with like emperors, so like he doesn't have to wear gloves at all. But I do like accessories. I like the accessories. A little too gauche. A little too gauche. I'm not the only one who feels stuff is too modern. You're not the only one. There's plenty of people who like high fantasy stuff. It's a little too gauche. And this is actually fine. I do like these, but I do like gauntlets and gloves. Like this works, but overall feel needs to work. That does not. No glove really works because I feel as though they need sleeves then, and this doesn't really work all the way. It's almost there with this. It's almost there. I'm honestly thinking about just doing that. There we go. Okay. You looking dapper. I need to think about what I'm gonna do with this guy. Hash? Well, sometimes, well, I can only say the community is the way that it is. And of course, the stuff that you're going to find in Solution 9 is going to work because it's working off of high fantasy in the setting. The cash shop, they don't care about that, really. They care about, like, okay, so you can look like Leon or Cloud or have all these modern shirts everywhere. And the thing about fashionistas and people who are into fashion is that everybody has their own taste, you know? Everybody has their own taste. The scouting gear from Shadowbringers? I mean, that depends. If you're looking at the Crypt Lurker stuff, I don't know about the Crypt Lurker stuff. Not yet, not really. You probably pay more attention to the style of 14. They do, actually. They pay close attention, and they're actually answering a lot of people's fashion tastes. Because the cash shop has those modern clothes, people are happy. So they are actually paying attention. What they aren't doing, in my opinion, is unless unless the scenario and the surrounding calls for it, they don't really go into the high fantasy. Unlike unless it's like a dungeon or the area or anything like that. Like, we already have different, like, sets here. Like, where is it? Here it is. There. Right there. See? So, like, this is ultimately the Vanguard stuff is the most popular set that's basically in Dawntrail. One of the most popular sets, I would say. I'd say it is still the most popular set, but it's one of the more popular sets. Dang. Dang. A normal raid, an alliance raid. a leveling, a trial. Everything has its cost here. I didn't even do. Wait, what? I didn't even. Okay. Okay. I didn't even do a high level dungeon. All right. The previous set? What do you mean by the previous set? You said, well, the scouting gear from Shadowbringers looks good, and then you said the previous set. I don't know what that means. What issue with the Vanguard stuff? Since, oh, it's gonna take 10 minutes? Get the heck out of here, man. It's gonna take me 10 minutes? Nah, I'm not about that. High level withdrawal, bro. Not gonna have none of that. And it's 10 minutes now. Man, I forgot DPS has, like, the biggest woes in the world. Like, a very big woe indeed. How much you want to bet expert is shorter? It is, by just 7 minutes. The weekly tome gear? I still don't know what you're talking about. That's what's hopefully going to be fixed. That's never really going to be fixed, Huey. We're talking about queue times. Queue times don't get fixed. The population fixes the queue times. So if there's more tanks than there are DPS, then DPS are going to get into dungeons and get into stuff faster. There are a shortage of, I would say, probably tanks, right? I think it's reflecting that. Yeah, there's a shortage of tanks. Oh my god. This is not something that can just be fixed. Sorry. The only thing that can really fix this is if players start playing more tanks and more healers. Not just take a sit. Wait, that's a Scott. Oh, that's how you sit on that thing. That's crazy. They've been low on those two rolls for a long time. That's correct. Yeah. That's pretty much every MMO, to be honest. Unless they make tank less like a tank, then no, that's not going to be changed anytime soon. So I'm planning to play until I'll get my package in, if it comes in tonight. I don't think it's happening tonight. Things will probably be better on release for Evercold since they're getting a new one. That's not really necessarily going to be like a thing, because people have certain inclinations and people have their wants and desires. Like, people just don't want to be a tank. They don't want to have all the attention on them by the boss. They don't want to have the responsibility of also supporting other people sometimes. And most people would like to mindlessly do damage. It is the least thought-provoking. I have to push forward on that one. Do. It's the Crystarium gear eye level 500. There you go. Thank you for giving me a specific this time, Argus. I don't remember what those look like. AKA weak? Are we talking about, when you say AKA weak, are we talking about the people who don't really want to think about something? Oh, Mistra, what's up? You play tank in a trust dungeon. That's okay. I play tank in everything. I'll be the responsible adult in the room. Oh, you're really talking about people being, like I said, people don't want to, people when they play video games, most likely when somebody who's like really casual, and I'm not saying everybody's casual, but if somebody just wants to have fun with a game, they don't want to really think about anything. Like people don't really want to be challenged. People don't really want to take on a challenge. People just want to be able to sit down, relax, and do whatever they want to do. People coming from work obviously don't want to use prime numbers, so they won't like that raid dungeon. And when you're a tank, you honestly have one of the biggest responsibilities in the room, which is keep everything attacking you and stay alive. And that might not be like a very popular thing. In fact, I know it's not a popular thing. In Gunbreaker release, we saw a rise in the tanks, but went back into its usual after, so it's safe to say Evercold will have the same pattern. Yeah, people are going to try out the tank, for sure. Will they stick to it? I have no idea. A lot of people will try new flavors. Of course, people will try they will try the job, and once they got their fill, they'll probably go back to their main. Same thing happened when Sage got released. People jumped on into the new healer. Yeah. It's not going to be... What am I listening to? No, I'm not going to listen to that. It's... The thing that you're talking about is very temporary, though. What we want is a permanent change. A permanent, like, queue where it's, like, more or less, all the jobs and roles are going to have a hand in pick. I'm alright with challenge, but people get toxic if you bad and I'm not a good tank. That's what you're saying, Mistra. You're saying you're a bad tank. Now, I say I'm a bad tank all the time, ironically, right? But that's only because I know I'm not a I know I'm not a bad tank. In the last 2 weeks, and then we go back to Res Mage. AKA, people are going to try the new tank and try the new physical range DPS, and then they're just going to go back to their mains. Yeah. Considering that it was a tank, and most people assume that it would be more DPS, but they tend to forget a tank's first and foremost. Yeah, well, I like Gunbreaker. Like, Gunbreaker is my second favorite tank in this game. And that's because of just like how it works and how it handles. And since they made the change to it, which is kind of funny, it took them a while to make that change. Ever since they made the change to it, it just feels like it flows now, which is great. It feels like it flows. I'm gonna change that. Keep doing that thing. I have the worst luck when it comes to this. Wow. Why does the selection of music that you know what? We're going back 2 times. Because, I don't know. I have bad luck with music. I don't know, man. True, I'm not sure what other people think of my play. I feel like I'm a great DPS at least. I think confidence is kind of like a thing. Like, low confidence is kind of like a thing in culture right now. Like, rather low confidence is kind of a thing right now. And I think people should, like, if they know they're bad or if they think they're bad, like, and people tell you, like, oh, you're okay, or hey, you are kind of bad or something like that, you know, it's always worth practicing or something like that. And the other thing is, I believe that when it comes right down to it, like, I think Yoshi P is trying his best to make sure that anybody can play the game, which I've come to terms with the fact that anybody is going to come in and play the game, right? I'm not going to be that guy to try to gatekeep or anything like that. Having Savage healed this entire X pack, I feel like Tank isn't particularly hard to grasp the fundamentals of. If you put a little effort into it, not as perfection heavy as something like Sam or Sage. The funny thing is, I think you're right. Well, I've played Tank the entire time. Tank has been my main since the very beginning. So I've been playing Tank for more than that. I play Tank in other games too. I just gravitate to it. What am I looking at here? Oh, okay. I have to get my legs back. There should be also only plays DPS. I mean, yeah, but, you know, he's making the game. But, yeah, of course, he has to try out at least everything. Hello. Also, Blightbulb, how you doing, man? I wonder, does it still keep? It does. Okay. He somehow looks younger. Maybe he's just relieved. I mean, think about it. Whoever was leading, like, the stories and stuff, he probably was just like, man, I need to get back in there as fast as possible. Just, I mean, stress, man. You have to think about what he had to put on the table there. First of all, he has to keep Square Enix hold, like, he needs to, he's holding up Square Enix right now. Let's not play. He's holding up Square Enix right now. Let's not kid ourselves. That man's been holding up this freaking game for, like, I don't even know how long. Or not the game, but the company. What's up, Steven? Could have been like Metal Gear Solid lightning bolt action where he's hoping no one there could lead, and, well, yeah, it didn't work out so well, did it? I did a little research on who did the storyboard and who was doing the story for Faint Add-on Rep. Who are you people? Faint Add-on bits in my normal content. Somebody's surprised that they're doing debuffs. Wipe us if you want. They're like freaking out. The healer in the chat's freaking out. He's like, "Why are you guys doing debuffs? What's happening? This doesn't make sense." I haven't seen this in 50,000 years. Poor friggin'. I feel bad for the hero if that's the case. It's like, who are you guys? These are one of those days where I like to say that I'm at least competent. You good at the game? I'm competent, yeah. Oh. Hello? Are you dead? Come on, die. Anyway, what's up? Even think it's a 14. Final Fantasy 11 is still alive. Final Fantasy 11. Let's correct that. Argus. It revived. It's not. It was barely there, right? People didn't know what 11 was. They had no idea what the heck an 11 was. They looked at us and they were just like, "The fuck is an 11?" And then they were like, "Well, hey, this is what 11 is. You can check out the game if you want." And Yoshi P opened that door. And now they had to shut down 2 servers because it got too full. I mean, certainly me coming back into 11 was not like on my bingo card. Ooh. Healer's dying, healer's dying, healer's dying, healer's dying. You don't pay my sub. Not yet, Mistra, not yet. Oh. I forgot that stays. Dude, I'm actually looking forward to Evercold. I've been wanting to call it Everwinter for a while now, but Everwinter is close to Neverwinter, and I'm like, wait, that's the wrong MMO. Oh man, I messed up, but I'm gonna complete it anyway. Neverwinter. How soon? Well, first off, we need to make a deal. I also need to know your address, your social security number, your life, what you ate last summer. If I go to make this deal, man, we're gonna have to come to a certain compromise. Generate a fake. I need the blood of your firstborn. Ooh, thank you. I think we're gonna. No, I don't think we're gonna kill it before that. There we go. Did some killing. We did some killing there. Only thing that sucks is that we're still almost a year away. It sucks, but I'm patient. By the way, with I'll get you next time, boss. That's funny. I'm reading the comments here. Ran out of time. Ran out of time. Damn. I think I got hit. Is that true? No, I didn't. Hold on, let me complete this combo. Aw. Never completing the combo here. Was revival on 8.0? I get that we don't know too much still. I think they're making a lot of corrections that we are also thankful to have. Damn it. So, as far as I can tell, it seems like that they're making a course correction from what they did with Dawn Trail. And a lot of people did not vibe with Dawn Trail. Let's not joke. Dawn Trail was mid at best. Now, for those of you who do like Dawn Trail, let me know why you like Dawn Trail, alright? Because I don't want to sit here and just, like, trash the game entirely. I know some people like Wook Lamont, you know? I don't know why, but I will respect your opinion. I won't even say it's wrong as a joke. I will respect your opinion. I got other games in the catalog. Yeah, I hope you do. I hope you do, Argus. I hope you do. Oh. Oh, thank God. I was like, I might have effed up that. I had to make sure I'm not dead. Not gonna lie, I do screw up here. Oh well. I don't have my cooldown on. What I mean, I don't have my debuff. Or I don't have faint. Oh. I'm not gonna use it for this. Oh, that's convenient. Wah! Just working off the small space there. There we go. There we go. Wait, do I have that? I don't. Well, I'm not getting it anytime soon. That's the, I'm never getting that minion, dude. Oh, man. I looked at it. That's probably the reason why I didn't get it, is because I wanted it. I should have said I don't care. No, Feel for the Stormblood was always good. Was also, or always good Gaslight. Lots of lore broken in that expansion, or information completely ignored, yet we still got Shadowbringers. We had Ishikawa for Shadowbringers, that's why that worked. And then she supervised Endwalker, and then she basically left it to, like, 3 new writers for Dawn Trail, plus the background console advisors that I think was still at Square Enix at the time before they said we're going to disassociate with them. But that's just a theory, you know, that's not really proof that that actually exists or anything like that. But, you know, it's just a thought process. Evercold Peak, I think it's going to be like a new start. I can say that for sure. It's going to be a new start. Will it peak? I have no idea. I like what they're doing right now. I really do. I like what they're doing right now. Stormblood was a disaster with its pacing. Stormblood was interesting. Don't you think it was interesting though? Like, Stormblood had you go into Alamigo, then go all the way over to Doma to rescue that, which had gone through more strife story-wise, but you somehow got through that. Go back to Alamigo, and you had like a stronger fight because most of the army was there. It's crazy. Well, in terms of story, but content, 10 out of 10. Content? What do you mean, like Stormblood, 10 out of 10? Stormblood, I think Stormblood was kind of like where they want to be in terms of content. Content was fine. Yeah, the content was fine. Thought Oda and Heavens were worked. Did he work on DT? Because from my research, it wasn't Oda that worked on DT. It was 3 new writers. These 3 new writers worked previously in like job quests and regular quests on the side. Stormblood was fine, part 1, Peak part 2. It was fine. You look back at Stormblood, the story was fine. You look back at Dawn Trail, you're like at least the first half for Dawn Trail for me was like, it was mid. I'm not gonna say it was horrible. I will say the character that they tried to focus on was making me feel like I wanted to bash my brain through a wall, but you know. I know, that's a little extreme. As soon as he said pacing was disaster, the story itself would have been good if they didn't keep bouncing between the two with zero focus. It wasn't really that like that. So Stormblood, if you guys remember, you started out in Alamigo. You were trying to do some sort of front for Alamigo. Then you actually make it to Rolger's Reach. There, you get your ass kicked, right? So yeah, Xenos just comes in, whoops your ass. So you got to take the plan over to Doma, right? You're going to Kugane so that you can do like a front to go into basically find the prince, find the ruler somewhere in the big expanse, you know, find him, place him back into Doma, go through that, and then you got to come back to Alamigo. That's what they did. That's honestly written down. It looks like it makes sense. Bro, everyone forgot Garleans and flying machines at the end. They forgot. They forgot so Hien can come in with a flying mount. They forgot for a second that Garleans had flying machines. So hey, have him come in with this flying mount. You know, it's gonna be great. Dawn Trail was written by New Blood. Yoshi P said it himself. Yeah, it was New Blood. 3 new people, like I said. Again, I don't know why they did that. I guess it really. A lot of people have been saying that Dawn Trail was the filler arc. Now, everyone here, do we agree or disagree that Dawn Trail was the filler arc, and it just didn't work out so well? Who's writing Evercold? I have no idea. Doma Castle wasn't the end of Stormblood. No, obviously Doma Castle wasn't the end of Stormblood, but you know, my gripe is that it was heavily pushed as Alamigo expansion leading up, and we spent less than like 1/3 in Alamigo. Honestly, we spend most of our time in like the Doma area. You're right. Like we spend a lot of time in the east. We don't spend a lot of time in Alamigo. I think we spend like at least like 2/3 of that story, or at least half, right? Over in the east. Probably thought they could mess it up. Wait, what? Wait, what? Probably thought they could mess it up that bad? Yeah, you're right. They probably couldn't mess it up that bad. I'm sorry, I misread that. But like, yeah, I would think that because of the talent that Yoshi P does foster, that they couldn't mess it up that bad. But I also think that there might be some sort of counseling in the background that, you know, Square Enix had hired, and those people were, you know, part of the reason why Forsaken was a thing. But that's just a theory. If one of y'all say game theory, I swear to God. Whenever it was pre-Dawn Trail expansion story was also made by them, it was leading up to it, I would suspect. They have this thing where they let the writers who are going to be the main writers for the next game also pre-write for the next expansion. History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Hey, just get past Dawn Trail. It gets good in Evercold. It's like a reset, right? Wugelmon is a major factor into why Dawn Trail was so bad. She was insufferable as a character and got almost all the spotlight. Again, there was just this theory that somebody really wanted people to like Wugelmon for some reason. For some reason. A lot of her character didn't make any sense, neither. How do you live in the country and not know your country at all? That's just weird. Like, outside of that, the concept, the traditions that they have, you know, that's fine. I actually like that stuff. Like, being able to go around and just like, hey, what's up? What do you do here? Oh, that's what you do? Oh, great. Dawn Trail was the beach episode. Well, very, very little of the story feels like it'll be relevant forward. But here's the thing, Blightbulb. At least in beach episodes, you get fan service. All right? That's the upside of beach episodes. Fan service. Dawn Trail did not have that much fan service. They had Sphene, which was like anybody who played Final Fantasy IX would get it, right? That's Garnet. They had Shalone. I like Westerns. That's why. Hey, what's up, Toddy? Sounds like she's an American to me. I missed something there. It's a bit much, in my opinion, because of the story is decent, but when people ask for a good portion of your story to be retcon, it's kind of telling. I don't know if they're going to do retcons. They're probably going to do like a soft change, not really a retcon. Easiest way to explain Wugelmon to normies is she... Oh, wait, hold on, guys. Guys, I have to show you something then. I have to show you something. Who knows Captain Grimm? Who knows Captain Grimm? Captain Grimm, for those of you who do not know, I'm just going to explain it right now. He is a WoW animator. He's a content creator for WoW, but like... Is he... Hard to define him, because he uses rigs from World of Warcraft. But he recently came out with a video. It is 22 minutes long. Okay, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but I want to show you a part. Where is it? Wait, what? World of Warcraft experience. Oh, that's 11 months ago. Sorry, I need to get the most recent thing here. Here it is. 1 day ago. Oh, it was 5 minutes. That was my point. She talks about how much she loves her people, but doesn't understand anything about the city. You are by default not leader material if you don't even know your culture. That was like the biggest thing. My bigger thing, though, outside of Wugelmon, was how they portrayed Zoralia. I'll explain that in a little bit, but let's talk about Captain Grimm. Let's talk about this man right here. The jailer again? Now, I don't know if you guys are into World of Warcraft. I know pretty much all of my audience is in Final Fantasy XIV, but a little bit of context. Captain Grimm made a video on him leaving WoW. Won't close that, so you guys don't get any ideas of how much anime I watch. I don't watch a lot of anime. What are you talking about? He made a video here while players experience Final Fantasy XIV. It's all a joke, but he enjoyed himself playing Final Fantasy. Okay, so during that time, he supported playing Final Fantasy because when he went there, it was fun. It was fun for him. So he went back to World of Warcraft, obviously, because he's a World of Warcraft content creator. Nothing against him on that. He went to Classic. Nothing against him on that. I like the guy. I love this man. However, secretly in the background, he was still playing 14. He didn't say anything.
Are you serious about ranking these trees? This video is so stupid. And cut. God, I'm not getting paid enough for this. You aren't getting paid enough. Don't get me started.
Is he an animator? Is he an animator? Can we say that he's an animator? He has to. This is animation, right? He's an animator. He's using rigs, but he's an animator. I'm gonna call him an animator.
As always, you did great.
He's also a historian, but he's an animator.
The jailer can understand why you'd need him.
You know the wild story, but don't play it. I'm in the same exact boat.
The jailer belongs.
I'm in the same exact boat.
Smartson looks. Anyway, bye-bye. This whole production process is a joke, by the way. Yeah, well, no wonder it takes so long making these.
I have a whole ecosystem of tabs. Don't make fun of my tabs. Some of that is, a lot of it is research. For example, yes, I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Champions. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Don't judge the fact that I was looking up the meta. Don't judge me. Leave me alone. All right, you guys have to answer this for me. How was Torghast? I never played Torghast. I never touched it. I just know people hated themselves. Does anybody know exactly, in maybe like one sentence, how Torghast was? Like, did...
I know they can never resist.
Mr.
Justice for Wuklamaj, she is just an American.
The ball walkers are about to arrive.
We've been through this. Nobody has visited us for over 3 years now, except that one weird guy that keeps coming to record you.
Perhaps the jailer was indeed too successful in the attempt to eradicate.
Except for that one weird guy that comes back to... Really, that's funny. Oh. Oh. Retconned.
They can't retcon the mastermind of all.
Wait, did they retcon this? Wait, did they retcon this? Like, for real, for real? I thought it was a joke. I need to ask now.
Warcraft? Blizzard's have a lot of explaining.
Torghast in the beginning was peak, and then they nerfed it? Oh. Oh boy.
Here at Blizzard Entertainment, hear you loud and clear and value your call. But what we also value is you getting the new 6-month subscription month.
Typical.
What is with... Wait, is that like a joke with Blizzard? Do they always push a subscription mount? I know they had plenty of mounts when I was playing it. My first actual time playing World of Warcraft was Shadowlands. Yep. Imagine if a deep dungeon like Palace of the Dead or Heaven on High had roguelike system that you could easily solo with. I mean, you can do that with any deep dungeon. By the way, I'm on the leaderboard of that. Okay. Like, is the rewards, like, do you get progression gear in Torghast or something like that? Like, the big difference is, like, you know, deep dungeons are optional. You don't need to do deep dungeons, but, like, I heard Torghast, people, like, really needed to go through that. I know for a while they advertised it. They pushed it for 6 months and 12 months. They pushed 6 months and 12 months. You did? You had to go through Torghast to get gear? Oh my goodness. Sylvanas was the only good part about Shadowlands other than normal things that are good, like gameplay and music. A lot of people like Sylvanas. I'm not even gonna hate. I just didn't know who Sylvanas was when I started playing. I was so confused. I was like, why does everybody love her in the community, but she seems like such a bitch? I did not like her at first. I really didn't. They introduced me to Sylvanas in Shadowlands, and I don't think that was the best introduction. Let's watch the rest of this.
Everyone, this is the place to be.
I think lots of them quit the game, and the rest,
What?
Quit the game? Wait, hold on.
It's all going according to my master
Worshippers meet and greet.
Smart and cunt.
Lines for the jail.
Okay, can I put on some shoes now?
Nope.
Wait, what? Should have played Forsaken.
You are correct, Mawalker. It is
I don't know when I should have played WoW. I played it probably in the worst time.
Stop me. Make your way through Torghast, where you will.
What? Get away from me before I spam report your ass.
Mawalker, you may have escaped the mob for now, but it was all a part of my master plan.
Oh, hey, are you also hyped for midnight like me and got the new 6-month subscription mount?
Huh.
Well, I suppose we'll eventually have Shadowlands Classic, right?
No matter. So
Wait, are they going to make a Shadowlands Classic? Ooh. So, Sank, are you in the group that thinks 14 should have been, or should have bit the bullet and forced evolve mode? Or keep the 1/2 measure that they are doing currently? What the hell? Oh. Yeah, I remember this part. Asset liquidated.
Get out of there, you fool! Bring back Markard 275 this instant!
We noticed that you had called us earlier today, and were reminded of your pathetic existence. You are obsolete. Here's the eviction notice. You are to leave the Maw immediately, as it's now property of someone more fitting and dear to us.
Break glass in case of sub numbers drop. Is that Sylvanas? Okay. To answer your question, I think Evolve mode and Reborn mode, having both of them accessible, is probably the best way to go. Because, as you all know, you can never satisfy a 14 fan or player. Never. So why not just keep them both in there, so that everyone can be as happy as possible, while the angry people in the background, they can just, you know, moan, groan about the fact that, you know, everybody should just be playing Evolve mode, you know? I think that's what they're gonna do. I like what they're doing with Evolve mode. I'm immediately switching to Evolve mode when I get my hands on it. You saw her whole story then, how she makes sense, or wait, then how she makes sense. But you're starting with Shadowlands would make you confused on everything. Yeah, well, it wasn't a great start. They didn't have a great introduction. It wasn't really new player friendly in the first place. I can go on, but I'm not gonna really bust on WoW. I think from an observation from me in the background, I'm looking at WoW right now, and they don't seem to be doing bad. Right? They don't seem to be doing bad.
Insolent freeloader.
Well then.
She's a very nice person compared to Gul'dan. I know Gul'dan. I saw him in that Legion trailer. By the way, that Legion intro in that Legion trailer was sick. Like, when I saw that, I said, why can't I do that expansion? What's his name? Varian? That, like the dude who, the badass king that was in the Legion trailer. Like, honestly, I wish we had more of that. I wanted more of that. But then Shadowlands, It was all right. I'm gonna be honest. I think the intro was actually good. Right when the opening sequence came in, I thought that was good. But then we got to Dragonflight, and then it became like, I don't know, sunshines and rainbows. It became very peaceful. And I was wondering where the moniker of Warcraft was about to come in, but I guess that wasn't. I think Dragonflight, honestly, was kind of like the equivalent to Dawn Trail in its own way. It's probably like a very filler expansion before they got to the real thing that they wanted to do.
It's just you and me, random.
He basically wasn't in Legion at all, besides the pre-story campaign for Legion. Then he's just gone for good. Wait. So he never. That dude doesn't come back. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm guessing that's. From what I know, that's Anduin's dad. He never comes back. Does he show up in Shadowlands? At the very least. Because it's the land of the dead. I know he died in the intro trailer, because he died like a badass. I find it funny people cry about one. Oh wait, hold on, guys. This is the part where I wanted to show you. This is the part I wanted to show you all. Pay attention.
What now? Here to retcon my good looks.
Mr. Jailer, sir, I'm a big fan of your work. Your book has helped me trick players into doing my every bidding.
Wait, it did? I see you're a fellow connoisseur in the fine arts. I welcome you to my domain. Friction in the relationship. Don't worry about it.
Well, do I have a gift for you? I'm sure we can work together.
You have done well, my new and dear acquaintance. You will get a promotion in no time.
Why did the freaking cat come out of a crack into World of Warcraft? What is Grim doing? What is he planning? I like she comes out.
What now? Here to retcon my good looks.
Mr. Jailer, sir, I'm a big fan of your
Final Fantasy XIV's most controversial character.
work. Your book has helped me trick players into doing my...
The mind of a mastermind. Guys, does this make sense? Wuklamot just comes in this Captain Grimm story, dude. It's just crazy. I think somewhere along the line he actually
Ranking these trees. This video is so stupid. You're stupid.
Okay. How about this?
does it actually show? Does it actually show? I'm not really too sure.
Ranking these trees.
Dang it. I think he got rid of it. But there was supposed to be like, oh, wait, hold on. There it is. Who is Wuklamot? Main character of Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail expansion, known for the story consistently forcing her into you and desperately wanting you to like her, as she is written in a way meant to steal most characters' highlights, including the players. Does this accurately is this accurate? I think it's pretty accurate. That's pretty darn accurate. That's pretty darn accurate if you ask me. Anyway, so I took pictures, by the way. I took pictures of all this. So every single slide that they had, I actually had to take a picture of. We can all agree it's very Viking and Nordic. It looks pretty good, right? The Viking and Nordic stuff. We also know, due to the fact that the entirety of their planet being iced over, that they're in the sky. So it explains why they have like airships, and Honestly, I feel not just like a Nordic vibe from this, but for some reason, I also get like a Final Fantasy X vibe off of this for some reason. And I know I shouldn't, because it's not really Final Fantasy X. Like, this kind of gives me a Final Fantasy X vibe if you look at the ships and how some people live their lives. But it's Nordic. It's more Nordic than it is. It just gives me a 10 feel for whatever reason. So it allows me to think about this. Plus, we're living in the godless age. There are no gods. If you guys remember, there's no more gods. So there's no pantheon anymore except for, you know, our wandering dude who's walking around as a human now. Heidelin, she's gone, right? Zodiark is gone. So there is no god keeping the world stable. So that also leads other people to think that the reason why in the beginning where they say that all the worlds need to unite is because since there are no gods, they need to save all of the stars, they're gonna have to unite them some way, somehow. You say Derek's name with respect. Sorry, my bad. My bad. No disrespect to my man. No disrespect. We talking about? I'm the goddess, warrior of light, holy matron, pro max. I mean, if you want to think that, Mistra, I'm just saying. You can think that way, and we can compromise and say that, you know, you are a goddess of some sort. You know, I'm the god of the land in 14. I have the title. As Nordic and Celtic, the Titans look a lot like Wickermen. They do. Do I have a picture of that too? Not really. I don't think I do. I have this. So they did give us like art of this, but hold your horses. But because here's what I think. I think we're looking at, you know, one Titan for sure, but I think I'm just saying, like, I'm just gonna put this out there for you guys. Just you know, just gonna put this picture out there for you guys to look at here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just tweaking, right? Like I'm tweaking a little bit. I'm just a little bit, right? I'm tweaking a little bit. Hey, Cherry. Wait, I'm okay with that. Get on the ground. I get this. You get the ground. I get the sky. Oh, you know the land's kind of frozen over. Do you want to trade? Sin but no belly and blue. Well, yeah, I would say the top of them is kind of bluish, grayish blue, but that's not the point. I get what you're saying. It's just size aspects. They're probably both the same size, right? They're probably both the same size. Like, we don't know what these things are. We don't know what they are. They never gave them a name yet. We'll know probably in the next fan fest, maybe. I don't know, but we don't know the names of these things. I don't even know if they're going to give us a name of these things, but look how huge it is. Like, if we can imagine that this might be the clouds, I don't think it is. I think maybe this is like maybe a fogged area, maybe like fogged forest or something like that. I don't know. This is too huge, to be honest. This is big. Like, how do you stop that? Like, this thing is as big as Eden. No trades? Damn. You sure? I heard ice was this, you know, was good this time of year. We're gonna punch in the back of the head. Alright, well, when you get up there, let me know. It may take a while. Seeing how these look like clouds. Like, I'm looking at this, and what I'm getting in my head is probably some really out of the way, wacky, huge, freaking walking on the planet creature kind of thing. Like, I know they have Evangelion coming in here, but I imagine any and all of the big characters, the big titans and robots in Evangelion are like down here, or like super small compared to this thing. You use your legendary Warrior of Light speed. Meaning you're gonna, like, inch up every now and then going up the wall, or going up the leg here. Just going up this arm, very slowly. Or you could use an airship, I don't know. Like, what if these were actual, like buildings? Like, you can go into the inside of them. Maybe you have to take them down on the inside, because there's no way you're going on the back of the head of this thing, poke it in the back of the head to the equivalent of, I don't know. I'm trying to get a size comparison here. You poke them in the back of the head, but you're poking them and you're like a mosquito. They don't even notice you. We're just little mosquitoes poking the back of the head. Could it be the enemies of ice, kind of like Sin Eaters, are Void Sense? Yeah, they're pretty much that, yeah. They're pretty much that. You gotta remember, like, there's a theme to it. They have rules. So every time they have, like, a different element for a different star, the enemies are the same thing as the element that's encroaching on the world. You guys already know this, though. The 13th is Void, so you have Void Scent. And they feast on ether, and they hunger for ether. The first, they are Sin Eaters. Sin Eaters are basically light. They are the element of light. Did they confirm which world Sphene and Alexandria came from? Like, we can't say it was the 9th. We don't really know, right? Did they say it was the 9th? I'm not really too sure. I gotta really look back on that. But that world is encroached by a bunch of lightning, so all the creatures are lightning imbued. You think he's got a backswing? Nah, we're gonna airship drop on its back, and we're gonna AOT go for the back of the neck. You're about to do like a boss battle Sin style. Right? Is that what you want to do? Here, let me play the music for you. We're gonna play the music for you just so that we can get you ready for it. Where is it? Final Fantasy X. We're looking for Assault. That's the name of it. Here it is. There you go. There you go, Blight Bulbs. We got you ready. We got your back, man. Musically. You notice the Titan seems to be different element in its core. I don't know. We need more information. Like, it thematically looks like it's ice, right? We don't know how these things work, though. There's always a thing, right? We don't know how it works. We don't know how they're created. We don't know if we can destroy them. Like, we know they're a threat. They're everywhere. You can either fly in the clouds, or it's like fog. I think that's fog probably down there. I don't think they're really this huge. That is an odd building. Talking about when I was saying that we can probably go inside them or something like that. Defeat it on the inside. Maybe. Hey, it's possible. When Sync farts, the void gets bigger. That is a secret you should have taken to your grave. I don't know why you're spreading that around. It is a myth. Fun fact, I use that song for Titania. Really? Titania has already a good song, though. I don't know why you change it. You know, image they showed in the trailer of multiple of them standing have different color cores. You're right. You're right. I wish they had concept art of them. like more concept art of them. We'd have to actually go back and look at the trailer again. You know what? Screw it. I will. Give me a second. I don't think I'm disallowed from showing it on my stream, right? I am not disallowed from showing it on my stream. I think. So it comes in. Okay, so this, we see them this big right now, where the trees are here. Here's a tree here. Here's the rocks here. So like they're pretty big, but they're not as big as we think they are, right? And then it's giving us a scale. Yeah, you guys see it. Is this the, you were talking about the crystals, right? The crystal core? Yeah, that one's green. That one's yellow. So what's the significance of the color? One day, Titania's opening audio will be fixed. One day. I didn't know it was broken. Ice is also to be the closest element, yeah, ice from what we learned from Eden. I see. But this gives us a different scale on these guys. Like, look at the trees now. Like, they're a little bit smaller here. We also don't know what this is. Like, is this a place that's creating them? We don't know. You fired? How could you? Why am I fired? Why am I fired? We also don't know who this person is. But from what I can guess, maybe she may have been... I say she. I shouldn't... I shouldn't know. This is a very... This game has a lot of ambiguous characters. I shouldn't say she. But this person... Still looks like a she, though. This person is praying... Could it be that this person may have had something to do with the start of all this? Her size, it's female. It's a female. Are we going to agree that she's a female? The horns are female. The horns are she horns. Listen, I'm just trying to be politically correct here. You know what? You're right. Those are female Ara horns. You're right about that. Never mind. That is a she. I shouldn't go to Twitter too much anymore. That place has been filling my head with stuff. Our females are really small. They're small, but they're terrifying. Can you imagine like your partner being an Ara female? Every time you come home, she's like, "Hey dear, did you bring back any food from the hunt or something like that?" You're like, "Yeah, I got this small little rabbit." And then she looks at you with like the worst intent. She's like, "This is dinner. This is dinner." Wouldn't be surprised if the Titans are man-made arcanic constructs that consume and absorb the majority of the element ether. It's causing an imbalance into an ice element. Keep that thought in mind, because you never know if that may or may not be true. Keep that thought in mind. Because if we look at the Titans, they could be man-made structures. It's not out of the ballpark for them being that. It's not out of the ballpark from them being that. But like it looks like this one's like trying to get out of the ground or something, because you have roots on the back of it. But then again, those roots may signify something else, you know? Yeah, because these guys are walking. This guy has roots on his feet too. Wait a minute. Roots. Maybe that has something to do... Maybe that has something to do with all this. As nice as Square is about upping diversity, they are not gender fluid inclusive. True. But I'm going to say this. I'm just glad that Yoshi P doesn't like I know like a couple of years ago there were people complaining about the fact that there wasn't certain representation and that they haven't changed to body type A or body type B yet. They're like, what's going on? Why aren't they doing that? And Yoshi P was just like, well, don't give a play the game or don't play the game. The fact that it looks like a Wicker Man makes me think that they were a war construct. Like I said, keep that thought in mind, because that could be a very possible thing. Every world that gets absorbed back into the source have different stories on how they became the element that they became, right? We don't know the full story of how the lightning world, I would say, because I don't know if it's the ninth or anything else, where Sphene comes from. We don't know how that started. Like, we don't have like a clear connection as to how that started, right? But we know how the first started. There was a main bad guy that was brought up by the Asians. The Warriors of Light destroyed that main bad guy, and it released a flood of light everywhere because of the imbalance, because that guy was basically the balance of darkness. So they were like, we killed it, and the first got like overwhelmed by light because of it. And there's also the fact that Eden was a part of that. I gotta remember what Eden was a part of, but like when that happens, there was Eden was a huge part as to why the world became the way it is. That was done in Street Fighter 6. Oh my goodness. We got one character off the top of my head that uses different pronouns from their model, and she is a blank as you'll miss it side character. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't remember. I don't remember who they are. Like, I cannot remember. And apparently that was done in Street Fighter 6. Wait. Is Poison? Never mind, I don't think they actually went through with that, right? My stance on the stuff is simple. If the snowflakes get butt hurt, okay, because it says male and female instead of A and B, then let them be butt hurt. They weren't going to play the game anyway. Actually, a lot of those people who were complaining did play the game. That's the reason why they were complaining about it, is because they were playing the game. No representation. They made it where you can cross-dress with glamour now, but I guess that's not enough. No, it won't be enough, but I won't get into that. You guys already get it. Yeah, you guys probably know what social media is like, right? But I don't really care if they have representation. I don't mind that. I don't care. You know, do what you want. Live and let live, you know? They ain't hurting me. Not like the, you know... You guys wanna know a story? So, you know how Xeno... Okay. So... I don't know if... I don't remember, but do you guys remember where he was interviewing a modder? Give me a second, guys, but ruminate on that. He interviewed a... So he interviews a modder. I don't know where in the mod. There it is. I'm gonna let you guys ruminate on that one. Delivered something to me. Not that bad. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. This Medion? Wait. This Medion was right. My friend and I have a little joke where we respond to things that fill us with despair. Medion was right. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, listen. He interviewed this guy, and he's looking at the guy's screen. This is what the guy is doing because a mod, right? Funny story. There was another person, because I decided to sit in Limsa Laminza, and I was just sitting on a bench. Apparently, I sat at the no-no bench. In fact, I'll show you where the no-no bench is. So, the unfortunate case is that, apparently, because I live in Crystal, or my character's in Crystal, apparently, where is it? Where's this thing? This is the no-no bench. This is the bench that you should not sit in if you don't want things to do a thing. This bench, apparently, isn't all that important, but people use that too. And this is the other no-no bench. As you can tell, it's very much another no-no bench. But I sat at this no-no bench. And at this no... Where are they getting the torches from? What the heck? Craziness is this? Well, anyway, I sat here and I left my character here because I needed to go away for a bit, for a little second. And I'm going to switch this to battle. When I came back, there was some guy that was just like dancing in front of me, like backwards. I was like, what are they doing? And people were clapping, people were just like going like woohoo, and I'm looking at chat and they're just like, they're saying shake that thing, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here? And someone DM'd me a picture, and it was one of my friends, right? Someone DM'd a picture because they got that picture from somebody else, and it went down the chain. And they're like a heavy modder, right? They really like modding all types of stuff in there. Still my friend, wouldn't do it myself, but you know, that doesn't just, you know, take away from the fact that we're friends. He showed me the picture, and he was like, I didn't know you were like that, Big Daddy. And I was like, what? So I see the picture, and it's honestly the same thing that was going on with Xeno. So Xeno is basically going through this, and I was just going through the same thing, where somebody was literally twerking on my face, and I was in the same position, hunched forward with my thumbs on my chin on my thumbs, and I'm just chilling. I want you to imagine that this happens to you, and then somehow it gets all the way down to the line where you're showing that picture, and you're like, I thought they were just dancing, dude. Anyway. So, I want to know what the significance of the snake is. That's going to be a big thing that I want to know. What's going on with the snake? I'm looking at the expanse here. So obviously we're going to be in the clouds, but like, how did they do this? How did they into the sky? So yeah, that's all I gotta say. Don't go to Limsa. Limsa is cursed, so see, everything's back to normal now. I DC'd. Are we good? Are we good? Are we settled? We're settled? We're good? Stealth dope. You don't need to do that in Limsa. Cherry follows me, and she practically keeps tabs of my life. Carrie basically keeps tabs on me. She never dotes on me, though. That's never happening. You can imagine the psychological despair that I have because of that. Okay. Oh. You know what? It could have been this. This is what lagged the entire stream. It was too much booty. It was too much. Does he still keep showing it, or... No, he has like a long-ass interview with the guy. But, yeah, those are just some of the aesthetics, I think, or... That doesn't look like something that... That doesn't... Isn't that in-game? That doesn't... I swear that's in-game, right? Although the nails is definitely in... that's definitely modded. The nails is definitely modded. You know what? Nope, it's modded. That's all modded. All that is modded. Never mind. Axe ate the bandwidth like it's eating the thong. Oh my goodness. I can't. I can't, man. That's... And the thing is, you know, is like...
Is too much.
All I've seen, no, this is more or less normal. Which is the problem.
Yo, that's normal, bro?
With this is the problem with this community. No, this is more the upper end of normal.
That's normal, apparently. That's normal, apparently. Are you sure it's not your 50 tabs? Well, here's the thing about the 50 tabs. See, the tabs look like they're active, but here's the one thing that a lot of people don't know that they can do. So, you can, with tabs, it's supposed to be around here. It must have did something. No. You should be able to select all the tabs, unless I'm on the wrong thing. Oh, I am on the wrong thing. Yeah, this is Chrome. Sorry. So, for this, these pinned tabs are not active. The reason why is that you can actually select all tabs and unload them. So you unload them, and all of them will be unloaded like that. Or you can. And I do that all the time. So it's not the tabs. Although it could be Chrome's tabs. I think it might be Chrome. $50 is baby number compared to Asmon. I think 50 is baby numbers compared to a lot of other streamers I've seen. It's like a browser with an entire new ecosystem of tabs. So the second one, which is, I don't know what these are, but, oh, I was watching Zootopia, one of them, but all of those are unloaded. By the way, Zootopia 2 is actually not a bad movie. I think it's actually pretty good, but, you know, Zootopia is actually not bad. Brave is better than Chrome, and it eats a lot less. Is that true? Is Brave eating a lot less? I heard Brave has, like, its own VPN and all that other stuff, but I'm not really too sure. But just know most of those tabs are not even operating. Has a built-in VPN. I'll take that. What else? What else was there that I was supposed to show you guys other than that? I mean, we saw the concept art of a lot of these things. I think we already know what we're looking forward to. I guess the last question that I have for you guys, because the question has been going around everywhere anyway. What do y'all think about the whole weekly system? The whole weekly, from daily to weekly. And does this or does this not look like something from Final Fantasy 13? Just saying. This doesn't make me dislike it in any kind of way. Has a built-in VPN. All right, I'll take a look at that. The weekly thing is what? Wait, weekly thing, whatever. As long as they don't force people to do stuff they don't want. Well, that's kind of like the point as to why they have all this. Like why this is all weekly, right? You can even miss a week and do all of the next week and get the points from last week. So you only need to do like one main scenario, you get 500, complete a side quest. I imagine this is going to change once you get to max level. But complete an instance dungeon, complete a trial, complete a fate with the highest rating possible, participate in a frontline campaign. Ugh. That one's 300 plus. Ugh. Ugh. Synthesize and deliver 5 collectibles, that's easy enough. Gather, deliver 5 collectibles, that's easy enough. Participate in a gate. That's only 50, but imagine getting all of this done in a week and not a day. Make sure you get finish your battle pass. I know a lot of people have been calling it a battle pass. It doesn't really, I don't know if it really works the same way. Like, it has the gauge and everything like that, but I don't know if it works the same way. Like, it's a gauge, it gives you prizes and awards as it goes up. That is true. And it levels up throughout the season, so that is true. So it might as well be a battle pass, but it doesn't, you don't have to pay for it. Fine with having a semi-battle pass. I did Pearl Clutch when I heard it was coming back. If they charged me for better rewards, I would have actually uninstalled. I was scared too. I'm not gonna even lie. I was scared too. They were like, "We got a season." I was like, "A season? Here's a battle pass." A battle pass? What are you talking about? Fortnite crossover win? Don't conjure that into existence. Why would you do that? Why would you conjure that into... Look, it's gonna happen now. We already have Evangelion. You're now trying to conjure 14 and Fortnite crossover. Why would you do that? We already had a Fall Guys crossover. I don't know why you would do this. Oh my goodness. conjuring things into starts flossing. Ugh. I swear to God, if flossing comes into 14 in any form or fashion, if flossing appears, even if it's on the shop, that technically means that it's in the game. And if I see flossing in the game, I'm going to specifically find your name. I am going to block you. I am going to ban you. The Fall Guys ones was fun. It was fun, but I didn't really participate in it. The Fall Guy one was fun, actually, yeah. They did something with Fortnite with stop logging in. Oh my god. Wait, why isn't... Hold on. I gotta figure out, like, why the, chat, YouTube chat, come on. Give me a second. Something's not right. I think I broke something. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, I definitely broke something. I gotta fix it. Yeah, oops. Yeah, oops. I broke... It appears I broke the YouTube chat. That's my bad. Because it should be showing up over here on the right side, and it's not. I think I broke YouTube chat. Let me do a quick test. Been broken for a while? Well, we gotta fix this. Nope, that's not fixing it. Nope. Wait. Huh? Okay, that's working. Huh, okay, if that's not working... then I have no choice but to use this chat. Oh lord, what is happening? I think all of y'all chat just finally broke through. Yeah, I think all of your chats just finally broke through. Well, that's a whoops. Well, we fixed it. We're in the middle of a conversation, obviously. Like, you get back here and you get back into this containment unit. I will call the SPCD Foundation. Was it SPC or SCP? Yes, SCP, right? That's the thing with the cryptids and all that other stuff. SCP? Yeah, that's the thing with like the monsters and the cryptids and stuff. I heard SCP and what was it? The back rooms are now like they're like two of the most crazy things in terms of like community spread horror things. So the back rooms is one thing, SCP is another. I think SCP still got like a hand in things because they be coming up with some crazy stuff in there. Like the one SCP that I have seen and I'm like freaking out about is probably that statue. Changing. SCP has been growing for years and is all community made stuff that is curated. I don't know why I'm thinking Monsters Inc.'s code 2319. It's 2319! Peanut? Is that what people call it? Yeah, it's the statue thing. That statue that moves if you're not looking at it. And it can only move if you're not looking at it. But apparently it leaves poop everywhere. And prisoners have to go inside its room to clean up the poop. And every time they show a video of that thing, it always escapes. The Weeping Angel one? What you know about that Weeping Angel, son? But yeah. This gear progression for 8.0, I could get used to it. I think we need more information, honestly. Sink, where's Cherry's power over on YouTube, you loser? The thing is that you never go over to YouTube, so like what's the point? You just come back to Twitch. Like, the only person on YouTube, the only people, is... I think it's Solus, it's not Dirt, somebody else. There's only a few people over on YouTube, really, that's moderating it. Curious about the totems, that we get. I don't know if they're a certain gear, or is that for the chests? I think these are placeholders. I don't know if any of this is actually like the final byproduct of this thing. Like, we see totems, and what do we get with, like, what is most associated with totems? Trials, right? Trials are the most associated with totems. And it's not like I'm going to psychoanalyze this totem to be like, okay, so the boss is going to be... No, I'm not going to do all that. I think they're, like, placeholders. Like, certain concepts. Because if you go over, you look at the other one, if you go over to, like, number 3, the top one... is the currency for PvP. Look at the end of the bar? You mean where there's a mount down there? Is that what you're talking about? There's nothing you want to get with totems, though? Yeah, it's another currency. The thing about 14 is that they have too much currency. People don't really talk about the currency bloat too much, but there's too much currency. We do be loving those mounts. True as hell. Blight is right. We do be loving those mounts. I just wish that there were like hierarchies and differences in mounts. Like, if there are only ground-based mounts, but they're faster on land, right? And they're only faster on land, and they can only be used on land. And then you have air-based mounts that can walk on land, but they're slower, but you want to use them in the air anyway. Because I'm really tired of, like, aesthetically, I'm tired of having everything being absolutely on. Oh, what's up? I cannot pronounce. I'll try. Yeah, Volborn. But there you go. Here you are over on Twitch. How you doing, man? You're on YouTube, which is fine. YouTube is fine. Oh. Well, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. But as far as I'm looking at here, this battle pass, quote unquote, it looks like a battle pass. I'm sure everything in there is obviously just placeholders, because the top part has PvP rewards, which is the currency. Bottom part has like, that looks like an orchestrion, there's a random book and a random horn, or some sort of mount. So those have to be some sort of, they have to be some sort of placeholder. Like, I like this, though, because it's more kind of like the anticipation and that you'll probably put in the work to get all this stuff. Like, it says next level is 500, so this is 500, so we can think that every 1,000 we reach another landmark, right? So every week, it's very possible to get 3 levels, because weekly activity points and the max is 3,000. Honestly, some mounts should not be able to fly. The mount will be the battle bus. Stop. The mount being the battle bus. I swear to God, if that battle bus ends up being in the game, and it fits like 12 people, and people could just jump out of it whenever they want. I'm gonna be so upset. I will make a solemn pledge never to get the mount, 1. And 2, I'm never gonna play whatever Fortnite minigame they'll have. We've known 110 would be a thing for a while. 110 would be a thing, I guess. But people were curious whether or not the leveling is going to be 110 or not. Now, honestly, if I was Yoshi P, I would probably find a new like leveling system. Like 100 would be the max. So what else do you need to level up in order to get stronger? Eye level. They should just do. They should have just did Final Fantasy XI merit levels and kept it at a flat 100. That I agree, but I don't know if the moderns, if they would go with that in the system that we have right now in 14. I don't know if they would do that. Why not make another progression level system instead of using the level more? I don't know, but I fear that they're going to end up with the same situation that World of Warcraft had, where they were at like 120. And due to the fact that the stats kept going up, people were doing billions of damage. Fortunately, they decided to continue leveling instead of making a new progression. Yeah, it's kind of like a fear of mine, but I'm sure they'll figure something out. Big Cherry, want to bash Cherry's head into the wall. Don't do that? Question mark? Yeah, but do we really need to copy and paste from 11, though? Not everything, obviously. We don't need to copy everything from 11, but there are some things in 11, like summoners, like certain other things from 11 that I would definitely like to see in 14, like Root Fencer. Excuse me. Ranger? We have that. It's called a Bard. 100 is literally the best level to stop adding levels. I would argue level 1000 would be, but in this case, we're not reaching 1000 in any kind of game, really. That is traditional. Anything past 100 will start scaring people away. What really scares people away is if you show them the gigantic board, leveling board in PoE 2. 11 did have true job identity, though. They did. But they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. They're going to try to find something more to the modern aesthetic and something that people who are casual to keep up with. Usually if they continue to level, is that they keep increasing the level, they keep making it take too long. Reach max level with the story already being a problem. Lengthwise level also becoming another problem will be something. Basically, the higher they level up, the more problems we'll have in terms of stats and numbers, yes. I have to say, I like the change to doing stuff for weekly, like in WoW, instead of having to do dailies. Honestly, Toddy, you would be the only person here, I think, you would be the only person here who would explain the current state of World of Warcraft right now. Because I don't think Yui's here right now. Or maybe he is, he's just chilling. Entire extended skill tree of Final Fantasy X. That, I would love people to see that, and maybe that'd be like some sort of different progression that we can have in 14. I want to see people freak the hell out. They'd be like, what is this? We're playing Final Fantasy X right now. You didn't even know. You guys didn't even know. Alright, last few moments here. Not like I'm going to end the stream anytime soon, but I'm going to start up FFBot for you guys to actually do something. If you're on YouTube, unfortunately I have not got FFBot to work on YouTube yet. I have to figure that out. Where the hell did it go? FFBot, where the... Ayo. There it is. There it is. For those of you who don't know what FFBot is, it's a purely chat-based video, like it's a game for chat for you guys. And you type in chat once, your character you'll get a random character. So, for example, if I put in from Lilo and Stitch, where is it? So I put in Lilo and Stitch, and I should. Oh wait, hold on. Not yet. Not yet. Hold on. I didn't log in. Excuse me. I didn't log in. Sorry. Okay. Now, if you type in anything, you'll just show up in the game. So, like I said, and you show up in there, and thus the game will start momentarily. But basically, at the top of the screen, you will see at the top of the screen here, you will see characters pop up. If you do exclamation point hire, you will hire those characters in. Hold on a second. I can get you guys the link to lay rules and how it works. Copy the link. That will not send you to malware. That is only a Google Doc. It is the rules and how the game works. It's not sus. Click the darn link. Okay, let me stop. I'm sorry. No, it's absolutely safe. Here, I'll do it on screen. If you guys don't want to click on it, I can just do it on screen. It's fine. Oh, it's gone. I forgot. Here's FFBot. Bloop. There it is. Yeah, this is the... This is the document, the Google Doc. So if you click the link, you're going to get sent here. It tells you all the rules and everything like that. So each season has like a new special thing that's added, new characters that added. We're on season 2. It's never too late to start. These are the chat commands right here. These are the chat commands. In fact, I will personally take a screenshot of it We'll add it into the Discord. Whoa, what happened? What the hell? Wow, okay, that was weird. All right, the Discord is good. The Discord has the chat commands if you guys don't want to just look on screen. Or if you don't want to click on that, maybe I'll post it somewhere on screen. I don't know. But the most you're going to be using is hashtag hire. You're going to change your characters to whoever you want. So hashtag hire. Sorry, exclamation point hire, exclamation point change, and then you put the character's name next to it. Reset to level 1, keep 50% of your stats. You also get... Oh, so that's what that's all about. Okay. Actually, I think we're in Season 1. We're in Season 1. Sorry about that. Alright, but... There's the game. There it is. It's spooky. I think the one last thing that I want to touch upon... Game's not even going to start yet. How'd you get Sephiroth already? Alright. The last thing I think I want to talk about... We were trying to... I was trying to figure out a new emote for the channel and Discord. Does anybody oppose this emote? Are we good with this emote? Oh man. Burn it? But it's Kerbo. It's Kerbo. After a full night of pug progging. It's Kerbo, guys. I think I already have lightning, actually. Yeah, I already have lightning. It's Jill. All right, so I guess we don't like this emote. All right, I'll just keep it in the background for now. We don't have to look at Kerbo anymore, but I'll keep it in the background. All right. Chili dogs? Okay. I'm wondering when Terminal Montage is going to do like a Final Fantasy video. Okay. All right. Oh, geez, you gained like 43 levels there, man. Everybody else is gaining like 5 or 2. A speed run on 14? I'm expecting him to do like a speed run on Final Fantasy 1. I don't think you can really do like a proper speed run on 14, even though I know a lot of people are trying to do that. Like, MMOs are not really the best game to do speed runs on, so... Alright, guys. Good evening. Just got home from FanFest. Y'all excited for Tuesday? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't know if I'm going to stream it though. I understand a lot of people do not want to be spoiled. I was thinking maybe I'll wait till Friday to stream it, and then everybody's like holding themselves back from spoiling things. I'm like, no spoilers, and everybody's like, no, must tell them about Wook getting thrown into the ocean. No, I'm kidding. Trying to get me PvP to 25 before tomorrow. Oh yeah, you're an advocate for PvP. Were you watching the Crystalline Conflict in day 2? Tell me how only 3 of those people look like they belong in esports and everybody else is just like, I'm just happy to be here. You're a Mount Hunter in truth? I think next Sunday we're probably gonna do maps just to see if we can get a little bit of money. I'm gonna bring back Maps Sunday. I think that's a good idea. To be honest, in my case, it's gonna be story, then back to just getting on for daily roulettes. Don't we get... we getting a new alliance in that one too, right? Yeah, we're getting a new alliance on that one. So it's the last alliance. Cherry demands an invite? If I must. If I must. By the time Sunday pops up, I'm sure people will have, like, something to do with maps. I'll see if other people can come on in. I have some friends who could probably do maps. Yeah, I can see if we could do maps. The thing that I also like to do is see if people, because I don't have that. I'm honest. I'm gonna be humble about it. I don't have many people who watch my streams, but if I ever reach like 100 people watching the stream at the same time, I would make groups, and those groups would, you know, coordinate within, you know, the center Discord that I'm in. And you'll have like, I don't know, let me count. Taken back, that's like 10, 11, 12. So it would be like 12. Let me see. It would be 12 with a remainder of 4. So there would be 12 groups with 4 left over. That's if we take a total of that 100. Yeah, I just did math in my head, guys. I know my prime numbers. In any case, would you hire? Oren. Oh, okay. In any case, guys, it's been real. I'm gonna go ahead and log off. It's been fun. It's nice to get to see some new faces here every now and then. Hell, I'm gonna try and get a video out at the very least, lore-based video at the very least, on what I think what's going on with Evercold. But yeah, thanks guys. I appreciate it. How dare I? Yeah, how dare I? If you guys haven't followed yet, follow. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe on YouTube. You don't need to subscribe on Twitch. I'm not asking for money. But y'all enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your day. Have a good time, and I cannot wait for Tuesday. All right? All right. Also, I'm saving the game. Wait, let me save it again. Save it again. Okay, you're good. All right. Y'all have a good one.